Welcome back to the channel, everybody. As you can see ahead, well, maybe you can. I don't know what this is going to look like on the GoPro. Probably not going to look good. Rain is coming, so I got to be quick about this. Oh, okay, yeah, problem. Yeah, so I've had this bike for 4.5 years now, which is, yeah, not very long. I've got almost 16,000 miles on it, which is probably not a lot to some people in 4.5 years. I know somebody, I think in 5 years, got 100,000 miles. I'm going to double check that, but anywho, that's neither here nor there. I am here to talk to you today about, I just learned something new about this bike. So a couple of years ago, about 1.5 years, I made a video, and it was about the warning lights on the ZX10 and how screwed up I thought they were, and poor design choices Kawasaki made, and yada 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 yada. Now, as I continue to complain, there you go, I got it out, about this motorcycle, realize I love it a lot. It's awesome. Love it. I'm not going to sell it anytime soon. But the video I made like 1.5 years ago was complaining about the red warning light on the left and the yellow warning light on the right, which are both off on the left side. One of my complaints was the fact that the red light is, the one on the left, is dual purpose. It can be your oil pressure. Most people, when they do 2 fingers, they choose these 2 fingers, not these 2 fingers. That was weird. Gosh, now I gotta put my hands back on a steering wheel. It's not a car. I don't have time to edit any of this, so it's just raw. You're gonna just get what you get. So the red warning light on the left is dual purpose. It is for both oil pressure and your fuel injection system. Now what's screwy is, here in America, you're kind of just taught that your red warning light, your dummy light, is usually catastrophic failure. It's for oil pressure, and if you keep running your engine with that light on, you're probably going to blow your engine. That's just, in general, that's what you think when you see the red warning light. That's why I complained about the fact that it's dual purpose. It's just misleading, and it comes on when you have not necessarily a fuel injection problem, but if you have like a low battery, a battery that is not holding a good charge and is low in voltage, or your charging system maybe is the problem and it's not fully charging your battery. Anyway, you have some kind of low voltage issue. The fuel injection warning light comes on, the red one on the left, and sometimes the ESD, and it's sporadic. It's not consistent at all. Sometimes they'll come on, sometimes both, sometimes one and not the other, and sometimes they stay on for the whole ride, sometimes they go out. It's just screwy. So I made a whole video about that. I'll put the link in the right hand corner of the screen up top there. You know where the cards go? They call them cards. I have so many things I want to complain about right now. But we're going to stick to these warning lights. So I learned something new. 4.5 years into riding this bike, I learned something new. You'll notice I have my high beam on right now. I generally do not run my high beam during the day, and I don't ride a lot at night, so like for the most part my high beam's never on. And if you're a motorcycle rider, you know that your low beam is always on, right? So the other day, let me back up. So like 2 weeks ago, the ESD light came on. ESD, electronic steering dampeners, what that stands for. That's this guy right here. So the light came on, but it was behaving differently than when I had battery issues when I made the video from like 1.5 years ago. It was coming on every single time I turned the bike on and rode, and it stayed on for the entire time. So it was a different behavior, a very consistent behavior, and I was like, okay, I have a new problem. I didn't think it was a big problem, so I kind of ignored it for a week or so. I should probably get off the interstate so you could hear me. So, you know, like I said, a couple of weeks go by. I stopped somewhere, can't remember where, turned the engine off, but the key was still on. I walked around to the front of the bike and I realized I've got no headlights. Now, if you're one of those people that checks all systems before you go every single time you ride, you're like, well, how did you go through 2 weeks of not knowing your headlight wasn't working? Well, again, I don't ride at night, and apparently I don't check my headlight every time I get on the motorcycle. I do tend to check my brake light. Oh, I'm feeling raindrops. I do tend to check my brake light. I do tend to check my turn signals before, maybe not every ride, but I do those checks often. So, a couple weeks go by, I realized finally I've been riding around without a headlight. Awesome! So I turned my high beam on, so I at least have one light. Again, I don't normally run my high beam during the day, and I don't ride at night a lot, so I just generally never use my high beam. And you can go back through like all my videos, they're all daytime videos. You'll never see my high beam on. So now I'm running with my high beam because I know my low beam's out. But then I realized, as soon as I turned my high beam on, my ESD light has stopped coming on. Go figure. I don't know how those are connected. It's just stupid. It makes no sense, right? So I got my high beam on. I don't have time to edit. I don't have time to redo. This is going to be a one-cut video. Rain looks like maybe it's dispersing. I don't have to worry about the rain. I don't know. We'll see. Weather here changes like that. You see, I haven't cut anything. This video has been rolling since the beginning. Now watch this. I'm going to turn my high beam off. And it didn't work. That was awesome. It worked last time. There it is. There it is. It just took a second. So you can see the ESD light is flashing and it'll eventually just kind of stay solid. And it may be that the flashing and the repeated flashing is a code. That's generally how to do the codes on these bikes, and you got to count the number of flashes and it'll tell you something. And that's how you merge on a ZX10. So, yeah, once I started running the high beam, I realized my ESD wasn't coming on at all anymore. And so then I started thinking, I wonder if the ESD light is connected to my headlight being out, and the fact that I turned on the high beam, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But this is a very repeatable, consistent behavior, and I'm willing to bet, and I'm not going to do it in this video because I don't have the headlight replacement, I'm not prepared to do it, but I'm willing to bet, well, you know what, put a comment down below. I'm willing to bet that when I replace the headlight, the low beam light, that the ESD light will stop coming on regardless of whether I've got my high beam on or not. And once I do, you put a comment below if I accept your bet and I'm wrong. I will I don't know, I'll do whatever your comment says. How about that? So there you go, that's the video. I'm complaining about the warning lights again. Like, there's nothing intuitive about that at all. Like, how the heck am I supposed to know when my electronic steering dampener light comes on that somehow means my headlight, my low beam light, is no longer out, like it's burnt out? Like, how do you get from there to there? Like, it's stupid. I love this bike, but I don't know what engineer was responsible for the warning light system, but that dude needs to be fired. Maybe he can go work for, I don't know, Ducati or something. So, I don't know, I got nothing else, man. That's all I wanted to talk about. Actually, that's a lie. I got something else I want to talk about. This has been a really trying day. I actually recorded this video earlier today, only to get home and find out that the audio was a no-go. For whatever reason, the mic did not kick on. Hopefully the mic kicks on this time, otherwise there'll be a third attempt. And the mic didn't kick on, and whatever. It's just frustrating sometimes. It's just been like one of them kind of days. And it feels silly to complain about it, because really at the end of it all, what I'm complaining about is I had to go ride my Ninja twice today. And that just sounds stupid, of all the things to complain about. But I did, and I'm complaining about it, and I don't know why. I guess it's because life's really good right now. I don't know. It just, yeah. And I don't have time to edit it because it's Sunday afternoon. It's 4-ish something or other. And this is going to be tomorrow's video. So I don't have like hours and hours to edit. It's just raw. It's real. It's me whining about my warning lights. I'm gotta figure there's nothing else left to whine about in regards to these warning lights, but somehow, some way, I bet you there is, and I will find it. Might take me a couple more years, but I'll find it. God, what a hellacious bump. So, keep the rubber side down, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me complain about my awesome motorcycle. And have a wonderful Monday.